It's been hard. It's hard. I miss Manjaro. I miss my 12.5. I miss my 10 milligrams. Alright, you guys, I'm at Dr. Z's office this morning, and I'm a nervous wreck because I don't know what he's going to tell me. He saw me in here and he's like, "Oh, you're late." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm early." I'll tell you guys that story later. But I did weigh in at 190.8 with clothes on. So I'm saying 189. We'll see what he says. I'll update you guys. Alright, my loves, I wanted to do an update of Dr. Z's visit today before I lose my mind and forget what he said. So that's why we're here. So I literally just walked out. That man is relentless. He is hilarious. I have to take everything that he tells me. I guess he reminds me very much of my mom. Like, they have no filter. Like, they just say what is on their mind or whatnot. So I can't really be mad at the fact that he just is honest and opinionated, and he's a doctor and he feels like he's gonna tell you how it is or whatnot. So anyways, to get to the story, so I get there and he was like, "Oh, you're late," and I'm like, "No, you said 8:30," because he answered the call the other day when I called, and I talked about this on a video that I haven't posted yet, but he answered the phone when I made the appointment and set me for today, 8:30 a.m. I show up and he's like, "Oh, you're late," and I'm like, "No, I'm actually early," and he's like, "I said 7:30. I'm like, "Well, maybe that's why you shouldn't be answering phones, because apparently you can't make an appointment." So his staff starts laughing and cracking up, which he's got all new staff, and he conveniently has a lab tech on site now, so you do your lab work there, which was really nice and convenient. And he also does all your initial blood work, like your cholesterol, triglycerides, all that right then and there. And you get the results right then and there. So that's one thing that I love about his office or whatnot, that you get results right then and there. So anyways, he comes after they do all my stuff, all my labs. He comes into the room and he was like, "Oh, 190. We're going in the right direction." And I'm like, "We're going in the right direction?" I'm like, "Oh, well, how much did I weigh when I came in here a year ago?" And he was like, 186. And I'm like, and wait, and I'm 190 now. And he was like, "I'm being sarcastic. Okay? You gained weight." No. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Blonde moment, even though now I'm clearly a brunette. Like, what the hell? So that's how our conversation started. So of course he was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "You know this is not a magic bullet, right? You know." And I'm like, "Dr. Z, you're preaching to the choir here. Like, I know, okay? I know the basics, all right? I know that you don't just inject yourself in the fat melts off. Like, I know these things. The problem is that when you're not on these medications, you're starving all the time, okay? It's a little hard to have portion control when you're starving." And he's like, "You have to understand that your relationship with food is like an alcoholic's relationship with alcohol. You know, you think that, oh, it's just a little bit. Oh, I can control it. I just want a little piece of this and a little piece of that, and I can have one drink." And I'm like, again, Dr. Z, you're not telling me nothing I don't know. I know I have a problem with my food relationship. I know this. I'm honest to myself. Like, I understand that I have issues with portion control when I'm not on this medication, because with this medication, you get full easily. You don't want to overeat because then you're just in misery. When you're not on these meds, it's not like that. And guess what? Yeah, food has been a part of my life for the last 40 years. You know, you're born looking for food. Like, that is our instinct, is you get hungry, you want to eat. So yes, it's extremely difficult for me to control myself when I'm hungry. Okay, some days are easy, some days are not. So of course I'm like, "Dr. Z, you're not, I understand this. I tell my community this all the time. It's not easy. It's not just injecting yourself. You have to make better habits. You have to learn portion control." Yes. Okay. I said, this is why I didn't want to come back, because I knew you were going to get onto me about all this. Like, I know this, you know, and I'm grateful that he's not your typical doctor that just is prescription happy and just will write a prescription for anything. Like, obviously he cares enough to want to make sure that you're learning progress, right? That you're learning progress, that you're learning weight loss control, and not just writing you a prescription and not teaching you right from wrong. So I do appreciate that about him. My daughter's been seeing him for about a month. She's not losing it as fast as I had thought, and of course he had his whole own opinion about that, and he was not at all sugarcoating that, and to the point where I almost like, I don't even want her to come back to see him, just because at some point they might get into a little argument. If I know how my daughter is, and I know that she is not well of taking criticism, and she's 18, and you know how that goes, and especially something sensitive like weight, she's very sensitive about it. And so him being upfront and opinionated is just not a good combination, right? She needs somebody who's going to feel like she is understanding of her situation. So anyways, so yes, he went ahead and upped me from the 0.25 to the 0.50. And he is also prescribing me Contrave, which I'm fixing to Google that. As soon as I get the opportunity to do that, I'm going to look up what Contrave is, what are the side effects in taking that medication, because it sounds like a lot. He's wanting me to start taking one a day for the first week, and then twice a day for the second week. So one in the morning, one in the evening, and then twice in the morning, once in the evening after the third week, and then twice in the morning and twice in the evening at the fourth week. And he says that this medication will help with the cravings, and he's like, if you're still having cravings, then this medication is going to help with that. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily having cravings, because I do not have cravings like I used to, where I'm like, oh my god, I have to have a burger, or I have to have this, or I not necessarily. Sometimes I want things just because I haven't had them in a while. I've been wanting a chocolate raspberry cake, mousse cake that they have at a local bakery here. It is my absolute favorite. Chocolate raspberry cake is my favorite, and I've been wanting a piece, but I don't make the time to go get a piece, and I'm okay. It's not like I'm doing everything I can to run to the bakery to pick up a slice of cake, and they're conveniently open till late, and I just don't do it. I want it, but I don't do it. So I know that I can control my cravings at some point. It's not like back then when I had nothing to help me with, and it was just like constantly on my mind. But it's, at the end of the day, for me right now, it's the portion control. I'm able to eat a little bit more. And so, yes. So, I mean, we hashed it out. It's like, I let him know, he was like, you cheated on me. And I was like, this is true, because I didn't want to hear your strong opinions about why I'm not losing weight. I said, but hey, 186 to 190 in the course of a year that I hadn't seen him isn't really bad. I mean, I think that's awesome that I've been able to maintain my weight. Like I said, I've been struggling here recently, but the 0.25 helped me maintain the 190, because I had gone all the way to 194. He would have really had something to say then. But anyways, I went from the 194 and I managed to get myself down to 190, but still, I'd like to get down to 165 at this point, so we're going to work on that. So he's looking to, expand on his own social media. He's had, quite the following with my videos, and people still call every day asking for weight loss, and, they ask where from, and they say, oh, from TikTok or YouTube or whatever. So, I mean, things are well for him. So yes, this was my quick update, you guys. I just wanted to let you know how my visit with Dr. Z went. So I should be getting my new compound in about 2 or 3 days, and along with the Contrave. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm nervous. I feel like it's been hard. It's hard. I miss Manjaro. I miss my 12.5. I miss my 10 milligram. Like, I really do. But yes, this is the life of an obese person. Every day is some form of weight in your conversation, every single day. It's for the rest of my life, I imagine. Like, it's just always going to be a part of me. I'm always going to feel guilty for eating certain things or doing certain things, and it is what it is, you guys. So I hope you all are having a beautiful day. Thank you for joining in to watch today. Till next time, talk soon.